A good life is a dream of every human being. But sometimes, while chasing that elusive dream, we force ourselves to spend money. It's important to ensure that you save money for your future so you can have that dream life you want without having to live in debt every day. Hey everybody, welcome to Frugal Facts. Today, we're going to go over the 10 ways that will force you to save money. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can help you with saving tips regularly. Now, let's get straight into the video. Number 10. Set up automatic savings. Saving money can be an uphill task. It is difficult and can test your discipline. But without putting some money away for the future, you may live from paycheck to paycheck because with every dollar you get, you'd put it towards repaying debts. That is not the way to live. You have to have money kept aside for a rainy day or retirement. Automating your savings goes a long way in ensuring you're saving money every period that you have set. For example, if you want to save $500 per month but get paid bi-weekly, you can set to have $250 transferred every 2 weeks to your savings account. Automatic savings is where you don't manually transfer the money to your savings account. You set a standing order and select the date you want the money to be deducted from the checking account to the savings account. This forces you to save money, whether you want to or not, which works in your favor in the long run. Number 9. Use cash only. Have you ever gone to the store with your credit card and bought stuff you hadn't planned to? You're not alone. It happens to the best of us. That is why making your purchases in cash is better than using a credit card. Buying in cash forces you to curb overspending, which saves your money. It also gives you jitters to take cold cash out of your pocket because, like everyone else, you're emotionally attached to it. For example, theater tickets cost $13.69 and large popcorn $8.50. If you had $50 for you and your date, it'd be enough to pay for 2 tickets, 2 large popcorns, and still have change for a $2 drink. After the movie, you can go and browse the stores but can't buy anything you haven't planned for. But with a credit card, you may be tempted to want to impress your date, hence spending money you hadn't budgeted for. Carrying cash forces you to buy the items you need and nothing more. This is because you may not have any spare cash, or you may feel the pinch to pluck dollar bills from your wallet to spend on things you had not planned for. It forces you to save money you'd have otherwise squandered. Number 8. Freeze spending. This effective way of saving ensures you don't spend money above the amount you spend on the essentials. It can be a little hard to implement if you don't have the will, but if you're disciplined, you'd go through it like the ABCs. Easy breezy. You can freeze your spending up to 30 days and be amazed at how much money you save. The way to achieve this is to start with a day of spend freeze. You shouldn't spend a dime on anything outside of the things deemed essential, such as food or transport. If you succeed, add the number of days that you practice the spend freeze until you get to 30 days of freezing your spending. This forces you to save because the money you'd have spent on daily purchases such as coffee, newspaper, eating out, etc. stays in your account. You'd clock yourself in the head with shame at how much money you waste on trivial things. Try it today and be a witness to how your savings grow. Trust us. Number 7. Contribute to your 401k. If we told you we'd give you $200 for free every month, would you kiss our feet or run in the opposite direction? We bet you'd pick the first option. We know we would. That is what your employer gives you every month. Free moolah. Contributing to your 401k is a sure way to save for retirement, and your employer agrees with you by doubling your savings. Every month, you set a specific amount to be deducted from your income. The deductions are automatic, which forces you to save whether or not you have other urgent needs to take care of with your money. Your employer matches the amount you save, allowing you to save double the amount. For example, if your employer matches your contribution dollar for dollar and you contribute $400, he matches it with $400. This means you save $800 every month end. Maximizing your 401k forces you to save double the amount you contribute, which is no small feat. Number 6. Don't store your credit card details anywhere. Credit cards are so tempting that sometimes we find ourselves giving in to the temptation against our better judgment. But most of the time, it is because we have our credit card information stored in our electronic gadgets, which makes it easy to spend. For example, if you like to shop online, chances are you have stored your credit card details for faster checkouts. Big mistake. That is why you find yourself buying impulsive stuff, because you just check out with one tap. To save your money and avoid cluttering your house with things you don't need, you have to force yourself to delete all information about your credit card from all your electronic gadgets and any online site you have saved them in. This will force you not to spend, which helps you save money. Number 5. Keep busy at home. Idleness is only the refuge of weak minds and the holiday of fools. We don't know who to credit this quote to, and no, we're not calling you a fool, but it is possible to be a fool with your money if you're idle. This is because boredom can bring out the need for comfort, which causes you to want to spend. If you're at home and idle, you're tempted to call your friends up to hang out. This makes you spend money when you go out. Keeping busy when you're at home forces you to save money because your mind is occupied and not thinking of the extracurricular activities you can participate in, most of which cost you a pretty dollar. For example, if you go to the mall to meet your friend, you'd be forced to buy a smoothie or coffee. A smoothie costs around $7. If you were at home, you'd make your smoothie at no cost at all and save that money. When you're home and don't want to binge watch Keeping Up with the Joneses, find an engaging activity that will keep you in the house. This will force you to save the money you'd have spent at the mall or grocery store. Number 4. Ditch satellite and cable. Nothing hurts more than spending money on a service that you don't utilize. Cable is expensive. The least amount you can spend for it is $50, while charges can go up to $100. Satellite is even more expensive, charging up to $140 per month. This is a bill you should seriously consider doing away with because it wastes your money. Let's be honest. How many channels do you watch? Is the subscription even worth your time and money? Ditching these exorbitant subscriptions forces you to save money. If you opted to subscribe to a streaming service, you'd pay a fraction of the price of satellite TV. For example, Netflix costs $8.99, and if you want a premium plan, you'd pay $17.99, which is still way cheaper compared to cable. Lowering your TV subscription forces you to save money that you can put into an important project. Imagine being forced to save $80 or even $120 per month. A pretty sweet deal, don't you think? Number 3. Practice the 30-day rule. Imagine wanting an item so bad and having the self-control not to check out. Liberating, right? The 30-day rule forces you to save money and prevents overspending. For example, if you see a nice pair of shoes selling at $200 on Amazon, you may be tempted to buy them. If this is a purchase you had not budgeted for, it can ruin your budget and force you to tap into your savings or buy the item on credit. This would be detrimental to your financial goals. If you're tempted to buy the shoes but are having second thoughts about it, apply the 30-day rule. The 30-day rule is where you toss an item in your shopping cart if you're shopping online and abandon the cart for 30 days. This allows you to think about that purchase, and by the end of 30 days, if you still want to buy the item, you can go ahead and check out. But more often than not, you find that you didn't need the item that bad after all. Practicing this rule forces you to save money that you'd otherwise have spent impulsively. Number 2. Do it yourself. There are things you can do and those you contract someone to do for you. Tasks such as mowing the lawn, vehicle repair, plumbing, etc. cost money. For example, contracting someone to mow your lawn can cost you $25, while an oil change for your car can cost up to $150. These are charges that can dent your wallet if you're not careful. But you can DIY these tasks if you learn how and save that money. For example, if you can mow your lawn, do it instead of spending $25 to have someone else do it. The same case applies to an oil change for your automobile. Doing the task yourself can save up to $150. You just need to wear protective gear or you'll come back looking soot black. Doing tasks yourself forces you to save money, which is advantageous to you. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Quit expensive habits. Charles Duhigg said, "Change might not be fast and it isn't always easy, but with time and effort, almost any habit can be reshaped." You can change your habits to save money. Expensive habits include smoking, gambling, excessive drinking, etc. For example, we all know that in casinos, the winnings go to the house. This means that no matter how much you play, you will lose most of the time. Smoking is another habit that dents your pocket. The average price for a cigarette pack is $6.65. If you smoke just 3 packs a week, you spend $1,037.40 per year. Besides cutting years off your life, smoking costs you money in hordes. Quitting these expensive habits forces you to save money, which you can put into something more important, such as investments or emergency funds. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of saving tips and much more. Check out this playlist of my top 10 videos of saving money tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.